Hello and welcome back to Living in Indianapolis, Indiana. My name is Evan Deal and I am with eXp Realty. And today we are going to blend a little bit of old with a little bit of new as we explore the pros and cons of living in Noblesville, Indiana. But before we get started with that, be sure to hit the thumbs up to like this video, slap the subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you are staying in the loop on everything that's happening around the 317. Here in Indianapolis, we go through all the neighborhoods, all the hot spots, and just take you through each and every community all over this amazing city. Now with that, let's dive into the video. So what makes Noblesville great? Here's number one, historic Noblesville Square. And Noblesville, like I said, blends a little bit of the old with a little bit of the new, and it really makes a unique and super cool suburb of Indianapolis. So in the square, you have the beautiful Hamilton County Courthouse, truly one of a kind. And it really stands out even amongst the many amazing courthouses throughout Indiana. But you have cobblestone streets. You have that really historic feel. You've got places to eat and shop. You've got places like Rosie's, Mateo's, Alexander's, places like Noble Coffee. There's just all sorts of neat places where you can eat, hang out. There's boutiques, there's antiques. It's just a really neat district, and there's not another place exactly like it. Also downtown are tons of events. So you have the Indiana Peony Festival at Seminary Park, where there's just beautiful colors as far as the eye can see. You've got the farmers market at Federal Hill Commons. So, you can get your farm to table, your local produce. It's just a really neat place. And like I said, there's no place quite like it. Another great pro of living in Noblesville are all the amenities for kids, and I'm going to focus on two. The school system is ranked among the highest in the state. Last year, it ranked number 23 throughout all of Indiana and number 10 within the greater Indianapolis area. So very highly regarded schools, according to niche.com. And in addition to that, there's tons of parks as well. So you have Potter's Bridge Park, where you can do just about anything. You've got the White River there, so you can go canoeing or kayaking. There's hiking available, plenty of room to play. It's a huge park, just really a great place to get outdoor and enjoy nature. Also, there's Forest Park, another great park throughout Noblesville. Tons of places to get out and enjoy and just have a fun day in the sun. Another great perk of living in Noblesville is you get a lot of the other benefits of living in Hamilton County, but it's more affordable than some of the other cities in Hamilton County. So the median income is $102,000 plus, which is higher than the state average and the national average. But the cost of living is actually at a 98, which is 2 points below the national average. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck living in Noblesville. There's a ton of opportunity, and there's all sorts of housing options. There's older homes, historic homes, even Victorian homes up in Noblesville. But there's also new build communities still going up. So no matter what you're looking for, Noblesville is going to offer that. And with a population of 70,000 plus, it continues to grow, just like the other cities in Hamilton County, but with its own unique flair, which is really neat to be a part of. And not to mention, the shopping in Noblesville is great. There's every sort of local feel like we talked about with the historic downtown, but there's also every type of chain type of place you could imagine. The Hamilton Town Center is a huge, amazing mall. It's got an IMAX theater. It's just an all-around great place for shopping and living. And the last pro of living in Noblesville is that there's so much to just get out and do in Noblesville. I mean, it has one of the premier concert locations in all of Indiana at the Ruoff Center. So we get tons of A-list music acts that come through that venue, and it's right in the heart of Noblesville. It's right up there. In addition to that, there's tons of parks. As I mentioned earlier, you can go kayaking, but what I really want to touch on is Morse Reservoir. You have Morse Reservoir. It's also in Cicero, but it's also in Noblesville. So it's one of the big 3 reservoirs around Indianapolis. So you have Eagle Creek, you have Geist, and you have Morse. And you have Morse in Noblesville. There's tons of water sports, and you can get out and really have an awesome summer day up there. And one more thing I want to mention, Fall Festival, very hard to beat. All right, let's move on to the cons in Noblesville. So it's a pretty awesome place to live, but what are the little gripes, that we can look at Noblesville? Number one, you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it a million times. It is the constant complaint of Central Indiana, and it's the big long C word, construction. Yes, Noblesville is not immune to construction, much like anywhere else in Indianapolis. It's a growing area, and with our winters that are cold, our summers that are hot, the asphalt can be a mess sometimes. So you've got growth from businesses coming in, buildings going up, housing going up. You've got roads that are going to suffer from those big trucks coming through and from the weather conditions. There's construction. It's something that you'll hear as a common refrain throughout the Indianapolis area, but it's a growing area and it comes with it. So 37, 69, they're not immune to it. Noblesville does have to deal with that, and that can affect commute times. Speaking of commute times, let's move to con number 2, which is going to be that commute. Noblesville is pretty far up there in Hamilton County. You can get up very easily off of 69, which will bring you down to 465 around Indianapolis to connect to anywhere else around the city. But it is going to take longer than some of the other suburbs on the north side or even around the city. So it's something to factor in mind if you are working downtown or maybe working in Carmel or Fishers. That's where most of the major employers are going to be located. Noblesville does have plenty of business, but it tends to be smaller business throughout Noblesville. So if you're working at a larger employer, you're probably going to have a commute if you are living in Noblesville proper. And in addition to that, being up so far north, it can feel a little isolated. You go east or west, there's farmland around. There's not, it's not a humming metropolis on every single side of it. It is just north of Fishers, so you have the big city of Fishers below it, and it's not too far from Indianapolis. It's just something to keep in mind. And with that infrastructure comes con number 3, which is limited public transport. So you have the Hamilton Express line that has a couple routes, but it really isn't going to cover most of what you need in Noblesville to get around the larger area. As is true with most places in Indianapolis and across central Indiana, public transit is not widespread. You're going to need a car to effectively live here and effectively move around on a day-to-day basis. So it's something to plan for if you're looking at different areas around Indianapolis and want to take advantage of public transport. That's much more prevalent in Indianapolis proper, especially downtown Indianapolis, where there's multiple different options for that. In Noblesville, not so much. And on the note of driving around Noblesville, that leads us to con number 4. I know these are all transportation related, but I can't help myself. The downtown can be a bit of a chokehold when it comes to parking. There's only around 150 spots downtown, and they tend to fill up quickly in the morning. So as you're navigating around Noblesville, exploring that historic charm downtown, you're going to want to make sure to plan your trip accordingly. Parking isn't as readily available as some of the other areas around Indianapolis, and it's something to check out when you're looking into the different areas of Noblesville. Now, there's plenty of places you can go throughout there that have plenty of parking, but when you're down in the thick of action, there can be a bit of a traffic chokehold. So something to keep in mind. So that's our look at Noblesville, Indiana. A lot of pros, not that many cons. Really great place to live on the whole up there in northeast Hamilton County. So on your way out, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you are in the loop on everything that's happening in and around Indianapolis. I'm Evan Deal. This is Living in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.